Hello and welcome to Casual Buddhism. I'm so pleased to be here tonight with Venerable Dhammananda Pikani and Sarah Draper. And we have returned after a couple of weeks. I was at a retreat, a metta retreat, which was very beautiful at Spirit Rocks. So it's good to be back again. And just to remind you, Venerable Dhammananda is the first fully ordained Theravada Pikani in Thailand. And Sarah is, I'll give a little introduction, a certified ESL instructor, a yoga and meditation practitioner in training, a dedicated Eckhart Tolle fan, aspiring life coach and author, and as Venerable likes this part, a freelance author for Elephant Journal.
I like that part, you know, that elephant part. Oh, yes. There was a clip, video clip that happened in Thailand that Sarah might be interested. You know, a little, the elephant baby fell into a ditch. And the mother elephant was very keen, you know, she was going around making noise, you know, asking for people to help. But when people got there to help her, she was very protective and she didn't allow anyone to get near the baby. Mm-hmm. So as a result, the team, interestingly on gender issue, the team of the vet was a woman, a young woman, you know. She was so, she well controlled her team, you know. They shot her with this three shots. Actually, they planned to give her only one shot to put her to sleep. But because she was so energetic, you know, they have to give her three shots. And then she fell on top of the baby. Oh. My gosh, that operation was really something that I get goose pimples, you know, looking at them. But eventually, they were able to save both the baby as well as the mother. So it was something that Sarah would love to watch. I think
I would.
Yes, it's so good. It's so good that it took about only 4 minutes, you know, for the whole operation. But it was under the hand of this female vet. Yeah, I was so happy to see.
Yeah. I love animals. I'm a huge animal person. So anything related to, I'm all there.
Yes.
So what are some of your thoughts tonight, Sarah?
Well, my question actually is, it's a pretty broad question, I guess you could say. Why do you think so many people struggle with self-realization and self-awareness?
Oh, really, you know, we just want to free ourselves from suffering. No? All that, the root is the suffering, and how are we going to overcome it? But this awakening is to totally free ourselves from the binding, that which binds us to suffering. So we are not talking about the suffering of headache or the suffering of the pain in this particular moment, but we are talking about to free ourselves from the root of suffering. And it was the Buddha who actually revealed that it is because of birth. Birth, that's why this life, we have birth, that's why we have old age, we have sickness. But we want to be free from the whole cycle of birth and rebirth again and again, you know. And all the time we were talking about freeing ourselves, but all the time we are making courses to be born again. That is our problem. And the Buddha was the one who pointed out that in reality, you know, as long as you always make courses, produce courses, you know, you have to expect for the result. And if you produce courses which brings us back to this being, you know, this existence, it will continue. And it has, just like it has continued for so many lives and births. So Buddhism talks about this enlightenment, which actually frees us totally from coming back again.
Do you think it's possible for many people to reach enlightenment?
I guess not. I guess not. You know why? That's why we are here. Only the few could escape this cycle. I could feel myself, that I have been back again and again for so long. One time I was in, where was it? Vesali, the place where actually the Bhikkhunis ordination started there. I was in Vesali, sitting in between the stupas, and as soon as I sat down to meditate, the question came to me. Somebody was asking me this question. Why did it take you so long? Why did it take you so long? So for those who have been enlightened, at the same time that I was born, maybe possibly 2,000 years ago, and they were actually laughing at me, that why do I come back again and again? Because of this, I have not finished up with my clinging to be, my wanting to be, and that's why I'm here. And there are many of us like myself that we have not totally given up yet. Yes, I don't think it is enlightenment is for very few, and enlightenment is for very few dedicated one. And that is also, you don't believe me, please don't believe me. I just speak from my own experience of coming back.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about sometimes the world being an obstacle to enlightenment, but in a way, could the world be a vehicle in a sense, because it's showing us what we are not and everything, that is not true of us?
Don't blame others. It all started here. Don't blame others. Outside obstacles is not the real obstacle. The real obstacle is we ourselves, the mind that still clings. It's so sticky. Likes to be touched, likes the touch, and likes to come back for those touches.
Sometimes, Venerable, I hear you talk about past lives.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, in past lives, how is it that you recall those? In that, I just get this otherworldly sense sometimes when I'm with you, that you remember things.
I'm sorry to give you that. I'm sorry that I give you that feeling. If we're not talking about the other, if we are not talking about other past lives, we are talking about our own subconscious mind, our own unconscious mind. The unconscious mind sometimes perk up. This subconscious mind sometimes perk up. This subconscious mind, unconscious mind is, to my understanding, is nothing but our own experiences of our past existences. It just gathered up, and some of them is so deep that you cannot feel it, so you call it the unconscious mind. Yes, that's how I could say scientifically, at least. So it is not nothing beyond you, but once in a while it allows itself to come up to the surface, and you actually could feel it again. So there is nothing extraordinary. Only that we have to be our present sense need to be clear to allow these unconscious mind, those experiences which were collected in the unconscious mind, in the subconscious mind, could come up. Some of them very painful, but if you are practicing and if you are in your meditation, when it came up, it is very good, because you have that guided dharmic mind to be able to remove it forever. That one particular bad experience, but if you allow it to come up without that dharmic guided mind, then that hurt, that negative feeling is repeating itself again, which is no good, no good. But if this one particular negative experiences could surface, and you are at that pure mind practicing it, you could actually remove it. Then that particular negative energy is removed from our subconscious mind, from our conscious mind for good. But if not, then it is there. You are actually experiencing the pain again. So this is all about our practice.
And have you had that experience where you've come across a negative subconscious memory, and you
once in a long while, once in a long while, but when we could do it, when we are really deep in our meditation, when we have already rise up from samatha to vipassana, when you are in vipassana state of mind, then when this negative energy came up, you could somehow handle it, and you could somehow see through the nature of it clearly. In that sense, that particular negative energy could be removed.
Okay.
This is actually this is a technique that we have to do ourselves. Nobody could remove the negative tendencies within our mind. Mm-hmm. It is we ourselves, that mind in vipassana state only can help ourselves. Mm. So Buddhist teaching about meditation is simple, is easy, but it is difficult to benefit unless you really truly understand at different stages of our own mind.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you.
I get complicated. No, I'm not complicating. I'm not complicating you, but with practice you will understand.
No, I think I understand the process you're describing. Myself, I'm not sure I've experienced it, but I understand very well the stages that you're explaining. Sarah, do you have any other thoughts?
So far, I don't have any other thoughts. It was very clear.
Wonderful. Every time when I meet Sarah, we always have this joyful experience together.
Yeah, the energy flows very nicely. Yeah.
And Venerable, tonight I just say you are glowing. You look really, really happy.
Oh, I don't know why is that. Oh, I was talking to Venerable Paripurna. I am reading a manuscript of my teacher, who was my mother's teacher. And, he is one of the senior monks in the olden time. I'm talking about 60 years ago, that when he explained things, he explained it from the text at the same time, digested in his own practice. So when we talk about Dharma, it is so clear, so understandable, so reachable. It is not like you are reading the Pali text of old that you cannot understand. So I'm joyful. I'm joyful of reading his manuscript, proofreading and bringing it out for another publication. I benefit so much from the text, and I hope that others who read it would benefit the same way that I'm benefiting from it. Maybe that is the part that I feel particularly joyful.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, thank you both, and it's been lovely. And have a good morning, Venerable, and have a good evening.
Thank you.
You too.